Hello, this video goes over the solutions to the Chapter 5 test review and is also a good overview of Chapter 5. In our first question, we're evaluating the integral negative 7x to the 6 plus 5x squared minus 4x to the negative 3 plus x minus 3 dx. So we want to make sure first that it is set up, and what I mean by that is we have a coefficient, variable, exponent, so everything is okay, so we don't need to rewrite the original. So to take an integral, you add 1 to the exponent and divide by it. The number in front stays in front. So for negative 7x to the 6, the negative 7 stays in front. Add 1 to the 6, you get 7, and divide by 7, which gives us negative 7x to the 7 divided by 7. 5x squared, the 5 stays in front. Add 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, divide by 3, which gives us 5x to the third over 3. Then we have minus 4x to the negative 3. The minus 4 stays in front. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, divide by negative 2, which gives us negative 4x to the negative 2 divided by negative 2. Then we have plus 1x, so you can say that the 1 stays in front, and this is x to the 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, divide by 2, which gives us plus x squared over 2. And then the integral of minus 3 is minus 3x. You can think of this as, since there's no variables, x to the 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, divided by 1, but we are left with minus 3x. And remember, at the end of every integral, we need a plus c. Then we simplify. If we have negative 7x to the 7 divided by 7, negative 7 divided by 7 is like negative 1, or just negative, x to the 7. Plus, we have 5 over 3, x to the third. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. X to the negative 2 can be simplified by moving it to the denominator, so it's plus 2 over x squared. Plus x squared over 2, you can imagine there's a 1 in front of the x squared, so it'd be 1/2 x squared minus 3x plus c. Question 2. Question 2 is to evaluate the integral of negative 4 over x to the 5th plus 1 over x plus 2 over x squared dx. It's always best to simplify first, get it ready to take the integral. And what I mean by that is we want the coefficient in front, variable, exponent. So when we have minus 4 over x to the 5th, we can rewrite it. So integral, just rewriting it, minus 4, x to the 5th moves to the numerator, so it's x to the negative 5. Plus 1 over x can be rewritten as plus 1, or just x to the negative 1. So it's x to the 1 moves up to the numerator as x to the negative 1. Plus 2 stays, and then x squared moves up to the numerator as x to the negative 2 dx. We rewrite it as integral of negative 4x to the negative 5 plus x to the negative 1 plus 2x to the negative 2 dx. We have not taken the integral yet. So now we take the integral. Notice the integral symbol and the dx disappear because we're taking the integral. So the negative 4 stays in front. We have x to the negative 5, add 1. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4, divide by negative 4. Then we have x to the negative 1. Now if we add 1, we get 0, cannot divide by 0. Remember, that's a special case. So the integral of x to the negative 1 is ln absolute value of x plus 2, the 2 stays in front. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, divide by negative 1, and then don't forget your plus c. Then we simplify. We have negative 4, x to the negative 4 over negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. X to the negative 4 can move to the denominator, so we have 1 over x to the 4, plus ln of absolute value of x. Then we have plus 2x to the negative 1 divided by negative 1, so 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2, and that x to the negative 1 can move to the denominator as x, then plus c. So our final answer is 1 over x to the 4 plus ln of absolute value of x minus 2 over x plus c. Question 3. We have the integral of negative 7e to the x plus 5 over x plus 5 over x squared plus 5x minus 2 dx. So again, if we can rewrite it to make it simpler, we're going to put integral, just rewriting it, negative 7 e to the x is fine. We're going to rewrite plus 5 over x as plus 5x to the negative 1, plus 5 over x squared as plus 5x to the negative 2, plus 5x minus 2 dx. That's just a rewrite. Then we take the integral, so the integral and the dx disappear. So the negative 7 stays in front. The integral of e to the x is e to the x. The plus 5 stays in front. The integral of x to the negative 1 is ln absolute value of x. The plus 5 stays in front. The integral of x to the negative 2, add 1. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Divide by negative 1. The plus 5x, the plus 5 stays in front. This is x to the 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Divide by 2. And the integral of minus 2 is minus 2x. Don't forget your plus c. And then we simplify. Negative 7 e to the x is fine. Negative 7 e to the x. Plus 5 ln absolute value of x. Plus 5 ln absolute value of x. Then we have 5 divided by negative 1, which gives us negative 5. X to the negative 1 moves to the denominator. So we have minus 5 over x. Plus 5 over 2 x squared minus 2x plus c. So our final answer is negative 7 e to the x plus 5 ln absolute value of x minus 5 over x plus 5 over 2x squared minus 2x plus c. Question 4. Question 4 says, the marginal cost of producing the xth roll of film is c prime x plus 5 plus 2x plus 1 over x, given that the total cost to produce one roll is $1,000. So we're given a marginal cost because we have a derivative of cost, and we want to work backwards to cost. So we're going to take the integral, the antiderivative. So the integral of 5 plus 2x plus 1 over x dx, the integral of 5 would be 5x. The integral of 2x, the 2 stays in front. This is x to the 1, add 1, which is 2, divide by 2. And then the integral of 1 over x. 1 over x is x to the negative 1, which we referred to earlier. So that's ln absolute value of x. Don't forget your plus c. So we simplify our cost as 5x plus 2 over 2 is 1x squared plus ln absolute value of x plus c. So we have our cost function, 5x plus x squared plus ln absolute value of x plus c. The issue there is we don't know what c is. So we have to be given that cost for one roll is $1,000. So we can plug in 1,000 into our cost. Everywhere there's an x, our input is 1. And then we can solve for c. So we have 1,000 equals 5 times 1 plus 1 squared plus ln absolute value of 1 plus c. 1,000 equals, when you take 5 times 1, that's 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Ln of 1 is 0. So we end up with 6 plus c. And then we, to get c by itself, we're going to subtract 6. So c equals 994. So therefore our cost is 5x plus x squared plus ln absolute value of x plus 994. And if we want to know the cost for 5 rolls, now that we have our cost function, c of 5 equals 5 times 5 plus 5 squared plus ln absolute value of 5 plus 994. So our cost for 5 rolls would be $1,045.61. Question 5. If a stone is thrown upward initial at a velocity of 20 feet per second, find the velocity function. Velocity is 20 feet per second when time is 0. Remember, when we'd had position, you take the first derivative, that gives you velocity. The second derivative gives you acceleration. Now we're starting with acceleration, working backwards to velocity. That's taking the integral. And then to go from velocity to position, taking the integral again. So we have a for acceleration of time equals negative 32. So to work backwards to velocity, we take the integral of negative 32 dt. The integral of negative 32 is negative 32t plus c. So we have our velocity in terms of time of negative 32t plus c, but we don't know c. So it's given that when the velocity is 20 feet per second, the time is 0. So for velocity, we plug in 20. For time, we plug in 0, and we can solve for c. 20 equals negative 32 times 0 plus c. Therefore, c equals 20. So we have our velocity function, v of t equals negative 32t plus 20. Then I can figure out what happens at 6 seconds. So when you plug 6 seconds into the velocity, v of 6 equals negative 32 times 6 plus 20. v of 6 equals negative 172. So at 6 seconds, the velocity is going downward, negative 172 feet per second velocity. Now that we have a velocity function, we can work backwards to find position. So use the information in question 5 for the position function. Hint that after 1 second, the height will be 19 feet above the ground. So we want to know the position of the stone after 2 seconds. So we take the integral of negative 32t plus 20 dt. the integral of negative 32t, negative 32 stays in front, t1, add 1, 2 divided by 2, plus the integral of 20 is 20t, don't forget your plus c. Then we simplify. Negative 32 divided by 2 is negative 16 t squared plus 20t plus c. So our position function would be p of t equals negative 16 t squared plus 20t plus c. Then we want to know what happens. We need to find c. So we're given that at time 1, the height is 19 feet. So position 19 time 1. So 19 equals negative 16 times 1 squared plus 20 times 1 plus c. Negative 16, 1 squared is negative 16 plus 20. Negative 16 plus 20 is negative 16 plus 20 is 4. So we have c plus 4 equals 19. Subtract 4 from both sides, c equals 15. So we have our position function of negative 16 t squared plus 20t plus 15. And then we want to know what's the position at 2 seconds. So p of t equals negative 16, 2 squared plus 20 times 2 plus 15. Our position at 2 seconds is negative 9. So at 2 seconds, the position is below ground 9 feet. So you can imagine someone throwing it off a cliff. It would be 9 feet below where they started. Thank you.